Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to see Introduction to UML. Now see, it is not a programming language, it is modeling language. And it is a standardized way to visually represent systems design, structure, and behavior. Okay. Now take an example. Within every building, there is a kind of model or structure of building is given. Okay. So for that purpose, we need to give blueprint for the building. Means what? How many departments are there in a building? How many lifts are there within building? Again, where will be the entry to that building? Where will be the cafeteria of building? Like this, everything is given within that structure. That is called as a model. Means by using that, we can give the system's design structure and behavior. Now see, and it helps to developers and architects and analysts to understand and communicate the complex software of systems. So within software also we are using such models. Okay, so it helps to developers, architects, and analysts to understand and communicate for complex types of softwares. Now see, here are different types of UML diagram. It is divided into mainly behavior diagram and structure diagram. Okay. So structure diagram shows the static features of your model. And here behavioral diagram shows the dynamic features of your model. Now take an example of a car. Okay. So within car, steering, model of car, again type of engines used within car, wheels used within car. All these are the structural components and these components are having relationship with each other. And if we consider the behavior diagram, means it contains all the dynamic components. Means when I start the car, the time what will happen? When I press the brake, at the time what will happen? All the dynamic functionalities are given within this diagram. Again, this behavioral diagram is divided into different types. So here are some required types are given, main types are given. Okay. So within that, first you'll see the activity diagram. So it shows the activities of the system. Again, interaction diagram means how components are interacting with each other. Again, state machine diagram. So it indicates the state of the system, in which state it is there. Means for example, my car is right now on parking mode, car is started or running, car is off. In that it will show the state of the system. Again, use case diagram means how to use that particular use case diagram. It shows the sequence of uses. Again, see, structure diagram is divided into different parts. Within that, we are going to represent a class diagram. Okay. For example, within a car, take engine as a class. Now, which type of engine is engine it is? It is petrol engine, diesel engine, how much fuel is required for that? All this becomes the attributes of the fuel. Again, structure diagrams contains the deployment diagram, component diagram, and diagrams. Okay, so these are having the functionalities with the structural diagram. Now let's differentiate between behavior UML and structural UML. Okay, now see what is the purpose of behavioral diagram. As we have seen, it shows the dynamic behavior, means it shows how the system behaves and interacts with each the components. Okay. And here structural diagram, it defines the static structure of the system. Static structure means what we have seen uh, within car, driving seat, steering, accelerator, brake, all are the static components. Okay. And here when we perform action, how it interacts, all these things are interacting with each other. That is nothing but the behavioral diagram. If aspectic focus, more mainly behavioral diagram focuses on dynamic behavior, workflow, and interaction within the components. And here the structural diagram focuses on relationship among the components and architecture. Okay, here the key elements considered within the behavioral diagram are event, processes, and sequence. Now, see, when I start the car, at that time, what will be the sequence? Okay, some s- when some event happen, if I press the brake, what will happen? Like that, all these things are explained within this behavioral diagram. And within the structural diagram, object classes and components are given with their attributes. Here are the some examples of behavioral diagram. Means we can use the use case diagram, sequence diagram, activity diagram, or state machine diagram to represent the behavior. And within the structural diagram, we can use class, object, component, or deployment diagram to represent the structure of the system. Again, see, if we consider uses of this behavioral diagram, mainly it describes the functionality over a time. When something is happening, how the system is behaving. All these things are given within the behavioral diagram. A structural diagram, it represents composition and dependencies. Example, by using this sequence diagram, we can show the behavioral behavior. For example, our driver starts the car or it accelerates, again stops at signal and parks the vehicle. These are the examples we can show in sequence diagram. And within class diagram, you can show car, engine, and fuel system are the classes with attributes like, now see, particular car is having some kind of average speed. Again, engines have attributes like a fuel type, whether it is petrol engine or diesel engine. And if you are considering class as a fuel system, again, what is the capacity of that fuel system? Like this, you can define the attributes within structure type. So friends, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any query related with this video, you can comment in comment box. And if you really like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Thank you.